everybody, welcome back to our channel. I'm so excited for today's build because it's a Christmas build. Yep, that's right, I said it, Christmas. I know, you're excited. I am. Anyways, so we really wanted to say thanks to all the subscribers out there that we have, and we appreciate your kind support. Anyways, I would tell you what we're going to build, but it's kind of a surprise. So, anyways, what do you think?
So, we're just going to start doing the build, and just have you guys follow along with us, and at the end you'll see what it is.
Yay.
So, let's get started.
Okay, everybody. So, we got to make these things, okay? Because we're going to build a snowman. Do you want to build a snowman? You do. Only this is a really different snowman because it's going to be, well, you'll see. I kind of want to tell you as we go along, but I guess I should tell you it's going to be a snowman tree. Just follow us. You'll figure it out. We don't have one built, so this is going to be new to build right in front of you.
We're building it with you guys.
Yeah. So we made this one ball, though. You need to do this because this is how we're going to do our form with our paper and the glue that we do. So you want to have, I don't know, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
3.
Oh, there are 3 strips, but they go all the way around. Okay? And we just glued those together. So, this is going to be the head. Okay? And he is 50 inches. Each strip, we're going to cut cardboard. You strip of cardboard, we took a razor knife. You could use scissors. 50 inches for the head. Okay?
So 3 strips at 50 inches.
3 strips at 50 inches. Probably 4?
Nope.
No, 3. 3 strips at 92 inches long. Okay? Because that's going to be his body. And then for the bottom part of him, 100 inches. Because he's got to be a little bigger. You see what I mean? The head, like a snowman, a little bigger, and a little bit bigger. So, what I'm working on right now is I'm working on his body. So you guys all get started building 50 inches strips. And start with your head, then 92 inches, remember, for his body, and then 100 inches for the bottom part of him. Okay? So that's where we're going to start, and that's what I'm going to work on. Oh, I wanted to show you this. Okay? To roll this, you need to roll these. This part's really important. I don't know why I forgot almost. Good thing you're here.
Yeah.
Okay, I found an easier way, because you got to roll it I'll show you. So I found an easier way. Get a pen that has the little clip on it, for your shirt, and clip it like that. That's good. Then take your pen and push your fingers against the cardboard like that. See how I got the pen clipped there? And roll your strips before you put it together. You roll your strips. I just found it easier with the pen than using your hands because it hurt. You know how it hurts your fingers? This was a lot easier for me. You can do it however you want, but this is just a little trick I thought I'd share with you. And you might have a better idea. If you do that. Well, mine doesn't want to stay together, so it's fine. But without the pen, it's really hard to get it to stay. It hurts your fingers bad. That's all I know. So roll it up. Roll every strip up before you put them together. Okay? So you're just going to make a globe, remember, like this. Like this. So, anyway, roll it up like that. And then when you're done rolling it up, see, you're going to have like a little cinnamon roll of paper. Is that cute? Okay, it's not really that cute, but anyway, you're going to end up with this. So then when you undo it, it's already kind of curved around. See how the inside of this has got the ripples? That way it's already curved around for you, so it'll go that way. Okay, so 3 strips, 50. 3 strips, 92 inches. And 3 strips at 100. Alright, we'll be back. I'm going to start working on the body. We'll see you guys in just a second.
Okay, we're back. So here we are. here's our build so far. So we got the snowman head. We showed you how to make out of the cardboard strips. And just bend. And why we bent them around, curled them up. See, because it had to be in a round shape. Okay? And it just made it so much easier if you pre-bent them. So when you hot glue them up and overlap them all, you come out with the circle. A round ball, I should say. So, then what we did is we went through and we took 2 pieces of cardboard and we cut them at 1 foot, glued them together, and then glued them in the center of the snowman's head to give him some strength, okay? So when we put the paper in the mud, it'll keep the form. On the bottom, we went ahead and glued a square piece, okay? And then we glued that onto the bottom of the snowman's head right here, okay? Okay, let's see one of those.
Here's the big one.
Okay.
This one's huge, you guys.
Here's the big one, which obviously you can't see the whole
Maybe
thing.
you can tip it this way.
That's okay. But this guy's the same thing, except for he's 2 foot tall and 2 foot around. Okay? And he's done the exact same way. He's got his pieces just like the other, the same cardboard on the bottom, the same round piece on top. Okay? And we got another one, so we got 2 big ones and a small one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera over and let my wife stack these 3 together and kind of show you what it looks like to where we're at. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move that one.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and move it there. Okay, so
Wait a minute, let me get the head.
she can get the other piece.
There we go.
Right now they're kind of flimsy, they'll fall because they're not papered or anything yet.
So, we decided to make these 2 the same size because we just
By the time we figure we put 2 foot and 2 foot in the foot head, there's 5 feet, and then that'll give us enough room to put a hat on top, so it should be roughly 6 feet.
So that's why we decided to shorten and just do 2 feet. So the next board would be what, 92 inches too?
Yes, and
Yeah.
so when you put them together, just form your first ring, okay? And then hold it together on the table, and then just run a pocket tape across it, and make sure it shows 2 foot. Where it shows 2 foot, that's where you mark it. It don't matter if that ring's longer. Mark it at the 2 foot where you can glue it. Just cut so you got like a 4-inch tab. Cut the excess off. Hot glue each ring together. Okay. So the top one's got 3 rings. The bottom one we got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's either 4 or 5 rings.
You just want to do it so you have enough. That you just need it for this is what we're gonna paper mache on, right?
Yes. So now we're just going to go ahead and we're going to put a piece of tape, just masking tape, and we're going to put 1 ring around the center of each ball. Just help kind of keep the rings all there. And
Or are you just gonna go around like
yes, exactly.
that? Okay.
To kind of keep this support there. Then what we're going to do is we bought a big roll of paper from Home Depot. And we're just going to cut some bigger strips, and we're going to pull a bit of hot glue, then we're going to slowly start wrapping the paper around it. Okay? Now after we get that all formed up with all the paper over it, then we'll come back and show you where we're at.
So we're just gonna use hot glue.
Yes.
Okay.
Then, when my wife gets to the part where she starts doing some mud and that, she'll show you that. But in between time, I'm going to start building a little hat for the top of his head. Okay, so you guys with us so far?
Okay, so this is where we're at. We got these bad boys wrapped in paper, and we went along with the newspaper and seamed them all so that you wouldn't see any of those seams. Plus, it'll be easier to paper mache. Yes, we got to paper mache these bad boys, and there's 2 of them, okay? So we got that and that, and my husband went over the top piece, as you can see, with the newspaper as well. So these big bad boys, that's where we're at with these, okay? So that's where you guys need to be. Make sure you get your form, then your paper, and then your newspaper for the seams. Okay? We've got, let me show you his head. My husband's working on his head. So, his head is all paper mache. Okay? So this is the first coat. So then he will go along and he'll dry this. Okay? So this one's a step ahead of these. That is the next step for these and everything else you have. So after you do this, you want to go to this step. Alright? You're going to seam it, same thing, in paper mache. That's your next step. Okay. We've got the hat ready to rock and roll, so its step is ready to paper mache as well. And we're going to add a little treat. It is going to be a bell. So we're going to do the bell for the top of the tree. It'll make sense when we get to it. You'll see. So if you want to make you a bell for your top, this is made out of tin foil and formed. And then all I had to do is go along it and put some glue and paper on it. Inside as well. So now it's ready for paper mache. So when we come back, we'll have all of these paper mache and ready to rock and roll. Alright guys, we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, this is where you should be now. So, here's our snowman. He's all hard now. You notice I made eyeballs in the mouth and a carrot nose out of tin foil. Then I just hot glued these onto it. Okay? Now I'll put a little paper mache. Well, I'm going to put a little paper with the water and glue over the tin foil and mold it to the head. Okay? And it's just easier to put your paper mache over that. Plus that helps hold this, form these to stay onto this head. So when it's all dry, the eye and everything is just as hard as this, they won't fall off. Okay. So here's our bell, which is still wet, it's still drying, okay? And it's just paper mache. Same thing with the hat. Here's our hat we made. Remember, it's just cardboard and the paper mache, okay? So these two have to dry, but the head and the body's dry. So, let me move the camera up, okay, and I'll show you the body. Okay. So, you can see this. But here's the body, okay? Now it's all hard. And see how we made the flat piece on top? We got the flat pieces on both of these 2-foot balls, okay? So the next snowman has something to sit onto. Okay? What we're going to do, we'll probably put in Velcro on there where you can just stick them together so it'll hold, okay? And then I went and made you some styrofoam balls. What we're going to do is we're going to make his buttons going down the front of him, okay? So what we're going to do next is I'm going to finish these. I'm going to glue these on to both pieces. And then I'm going to take paper with the water and glue, and I'm going to go over the buttons, over the snowman's eyes right here, and his nose. Okay? And when that dries, I'm going to paper mache, or with paper mache mud, I'm going to mud these all in so it's all uniform, so it's all one solid piece. Okay? So, hold on. Let me turn this back so you can see me again. Okay, so we're back, okay? So like I said, here's the head, the nose, the balls for the snowman, the bell, and the hat. Okay, so like I say, I'm just going to finish these, mud all these in so this can dry. Then after all this dries, then we're going to come back and we're going to take spray paint and we're going to paint this snowman up, because that's way too much paint to try to just brush on with just, you know, with our Family Dollar paint or Walmart paint. So all this big stuff, we'll spray it, and then we'll come back with the other paint and we'll do the little details on the nose and the eyes and the mouth. Okay? And then when we get all that done, we'll start working on the next part of this project. So we'll see when we get this part all completed, put together. We'll show you what this part looks like, and then we'll start the next part of this build. Okay, so we're back. Okay, last time we was working on the snowman. And so in between time while the snowman was drying, we started on the decorations that we're going to put on the Christmas tree. Okay? So we're making candy canes. And we're making bulbs. Okay? So these bulbs, they're just tinfoil. And all I did was just got one of those dollar clear bulbs from Family Dollar and used that and put tinfoil over it. Okay? Covered the whole thing in tinfoil. Okay? And then come back with the X-Acto knife and just slid it on the sides. And then carefully pulled each side up and then pulled this original bulb out. And then that gave me the shape of the bulb, okay? Now I just push the bulb back together, the tinfoil. And on the bottom I just put a little drop of hot glue to hold the tinfoil together. Now after I did that, I took our paper mache mud and our butter knife, okay? And then just carefully, well, some of them I left around, some of them I squished into a little bit of different shape. Then I took the mud and just carefully put a little paper mache mud, okay, about, not quite halfway down. Then I dried that piece so I could flip it over and I have something to hold on to, so I could put the mud on the other part. And then I lightly dried that a little bit, just enough so it wasn't sticking to your fingers, okay? Then you can sit this on a tray and just let it dry overnight. I did the same thing with the candy canes, okay? I just did the bottom half of them, and I dried that part, and then I had something to hold on to, so I could do the upper part, okay? And that's how I got the candy canes. When I was building the candy canes, my wife was working on some little sleighs that we're going to put on the Christmas tree, okay? So just made out of cardboard and hot glue. And here's one that she's finished, see? And she painted and she took those little cleaner sticks or whatever from Family Dollar, you know, little bottle brushes, and just bend them and you hot glue them around to give it some color, some shape. See, they just put a little seed and she's painted it green. Okay? And then she took cardboard and cut out and made little gingerbread men. Okay, and then she just took the mud, the joint compound, and butter knife again, and you put a light spread on each side and then dried them. Okay, and she took a paper punch and put a little hole in the top so you can put your little string through to hold them. Okay, so she's going to go back and finish probably making a few more of these, and then she's going to, you know, decorate them and put their little faces and stuff on with paint. I'm going to go ahead and finish up these candy canes and these bulbs, and I think I'm going to make a few more bulbs and a few more candy canes, and I'm going to make sure they're all dry, and I'll finish them from there. I'll detail them a little bit and paint them. But what I'm going to do, these are just a little bit rough, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that joint compound and I'm just going to put a little bit with my fingers, or you can kind of smooth out a little bit. Okay, joint compound will dry fast, then you can slightly sand it and get rid of some of the bumps from your paper mache. Okay? Then I'll get these all painted. She'll finish up these sleds. She'll be then painted. We're going to figure out a couple other decorations that we're going to put on the tree. So we'll get these all done, finished, painted, show you what we built. And then we'll be back and we'll be painting the snowman and putting him together. We can show you that. And then we'll start on the tree itself. Okay? So we'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, everybody, we're back with Mr. Snowman. Okay, so we've got his hat done. I put some, just for his the little band around his hat, I had some ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree probably last year. A pipe cleaner to hold his bow together and hot glued it. So there's his hat. He's painted up his nose, his eyes, his smile. And we also spray painted him. My husband spray painted him kind of a light blue color, just out of Rust-Oleum paint, because you can paint yours however you want. But this is how we painted ours. We wanted it to look kind of frozen over. Okay, my husband put this pipe up here, as you can see, to help sturdy him with some of this twine so he doesn't fall over. Plus, we are going to take lights, these, some Christmas lights, just some multicolored Christmas lights, and we're going to wrap them around the pole and go up and then down and then up and down. You see what we're going to do? We're going to make a tree around him with the lights. So we're just using that pole to sturdy him, plus to make our Christmas tree light. Next thing we've got to do is the scarf. We're working on ornaments. We got all kinds of stuff going on. So stick with us, and we'll be back in a little bit, okay? Okay, everybody, I want to show you these little ornaments we made. So we got little sleds. Look how cute. I just did that out of some cardboard and I used a little bit of just plain joint compound to go over it, then let that dry, and I painted them up. This one's got a steering wheel, because you always got to have your old blue, right? Anyway, what I did is I just made my sleds out of cardboard and the joint compound, painted them all up. I got little gingerbread men, two-sided. I just used little foam things I had from the Dollar Tree, those little foam balls. Anyway, and I just glued them on. These got beads. And I just made sure to do both sides so that both sides of the tree, or of the ornaments, would show. Anyway, on these I did the same process. It's cardboard with just a little bit of joint compound. My husband made candy canes out of tin foil and joint compound. Okay, so we've got our candy canes. We've got our gingerbread men. We've got our Santa sleds. Now I'm working on, my husband's made these old-fashioned, cool-looking ornaments. I decided to try to paint the inside of this a little bit just to see what it would look like. I think I'm going to leave some shiny. We've got 4 of these, and they're also tin foil and your paper mache. Okay? And he's made some that are just round. So I am painting these up right now as we speak. That's what I'm going to get ready to do, because you can't have a tree without ornaments. When we come back, we'll show you how to put them on the tree. Okay? We'll see you in a bit.
Okay, so we're back. So here's our snowman Christmas tree that we're building. I want to go back through and show you and explain a couple things. We had, when I was putting this together, I didn't realize the lights weighed a little bit, and I didn't have the braces built right on the floor, and so the whole snowman fell over. So, make sure that you make a frame that has the two legs on the front. And if you look over here, you have your leg on the back. Okay? And it's just made out of PVC. Then what you do, we just do this quick to show you guys, but we put some rock on here to hold everything down. But if you built one, you could just take rice bags or bags of beans to hold the weight so that it'll stay together for you, okay? The other thing is we took Velcro strips and we put 2 on this one and 2 on this one to hold them together. Okay, so you can pull them apart. We're building this for you guys where you can disassemble this really easy and be able to put it up. Instead of it being a great big plastic snowman or something, you can't disassemble, you don't know where to put it. That's why on this build we're trying to make it where you can build it easy and you can take it apart easy.
Right.
Okay, if you look here, you notice we got joints that don't look good, like right there or right here. So what we're doing is, say if you took this paper and made a little scarf, then we'll just paint this and it disguises these joints, okay? And then we're just put tape, and you can paint up, and you go down and do it. You can put a piece of tape. I'll take a scarf off, put it up, and you put it back next year. You can put it back around, put your piece of tape back or Velcro, however you want to do that, just so you can disguise those two pieces. Okay, we decided to go with ours and do it a light blue because we wanted it cold because it's a snowman. Okay, so like I say, it's all built out of paper mache. We got the plastic pipe that supports the rod, okay, to keep them all held. Then we just took a piece of the pipe that you use for your sprinklers and just put it around.
How wide around do you think ours is?
Ours
Ours
is roughly 4 feet around, but it depends on how big you want yours. So if you do a smaller, you just move your piece of pipe to the size you want. And if it's small enough, you can probably just get a hula hoop.
That'll work.
It's
Yeah.
a Family Dollar and use that as your base. Okay? Then we just ran the lights around the hula hoop, pull a piece of tape and ran them up and around the top of the tree.
Yeah. So it would all stay.
So it'll all stay. Now if you look at the top, you're like, okay, this looks kind of dumb on top because all the lights are out there and it looks gawky.
Yeah.
So, the thing that we're working on now, if you come over here, I'll show you. Is I build a mailbox. And on our mailbox, we're going to just put the water and the glue and the paper and just do the seams, okay? You just fill in your seams how you want. Then we're going to paint this mailbox. And we're going to put this where it'll slide over the top of that piece on the snowman.
Right where all these lights
all
are.
those gaudy lights are, so
Right
it
there.
don't look bad, okay?
Yeah, that's where we're going to put it.
And if you look,
Ignore the Halloween stuff.
I cut out the back so it can slide over the pipe. And then on this end, I just glued some cardboard. Now it's on the front piece of the pipe so that your snowman or your mailbox will sit like this and not fall down. Okay? So he should go. See if I can get it back on real quick and show him.
Might have to adjust more. Nope, it looks like it's going to cover it all now.
Okay, it's like ours. I might make it come down a little bit more.
Yeah, that's better. Huh? Everybody, don't you think? Tell us
So
what
we'll
you think
have
of
a
that.
mailbox that covers the top. I'll probably pull some of these wires together and tape them up so it looks nice going in there.
Yeah.
I think on ours, I'm going to make this mailbox come down a little bit farther. And I might even poke some holes around it now so that the lights will shine through the mailbox.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if anybody else builds this and has a different idea for their top. But
So on
I think
ours,
that's really awesome.
we're just going to go ahead and paint the pipe black, I think, to make it look like the post for the mailbox.
Oh, and then show them what we're using to cover the pipe with.
And when you do this, get the heavier duty pipe.
Yeah.
Okay? Because this is just stuff I had laying around. But this pipe, you notice, is bent a little bit. And why it's bent a little bit is because it's a cheaper pipe. That's the only other piece I have.
What size is that pipe? Do you know?
So this is 3/4 inch, but get the heavy duty, it's thicker. And then I think that piece would stay straight up for you, and it wouldn't do that bend. But this is all I had for
We
this
just
particular
used up
build.
what we
So we're just
have.
using what we have and to show you how.
Yeah, and if you can use what you have, you know. Hey.
Yeah, it'll save you some money, okay? So what we're gonna do after we do
It's
this
not going to go anywhere anyway.
is we got
From Wally World.
from
Well, we
Walmart.
call it Wally World sometimes.
We just got some different colored garland, and you can use whatever you want. We decided to go silver and
$4.67 each for 15 feet.
yes. We decided to go blue and silver. And then we got a little $5 tree skirt. It's white with little speckles because it's a snowman. And
Yeah.
so we're trying to keep the budget down on this as cheap as we can possibly do for you guys. Because, yeah, there's all sorts of other things you could do or add that cost more money. And you can do that if you have it or after you build it. You could add those other things if you want. But we're trying to show you how to build it pretty much all out of paper mache, just a couple little pieces of pipe and some really inexpensive tinsel or maybe some fun little things you guys find maybe at Family Dollar that you want to add to yours when it's done. Well, these we're going to put around the tree, have it go up.
Like in a circular pattern, like
Yes.
you would, you know.
So you notice that it's a tree. And then kind of watch where you put them so you don't cover like your snowman's face. Now, then we've been painting these bulbs different colors. My wife's got some different ones.
You can show them that one. Yeah.
Here's an
Not
example
quite done with all of them, but I think I showed.
of one.
Yeah.
And here's an example of another one.
And yeah, you can do them however you want.
Then when they're completely dry, make sure they're completely dry. Then you can just take and drill a little hole in the top and put your little wires so that they'll hang and they don't weigh nothing.
Yeah.
And I almost forgot, every snowman has to have a pipe, right? So first make the little piece of
Ours is
a little
good new.
pipe.
Yeah.
Get that little piece of cardboard and tinfoil. Then we'll put the water with the paper and the glue over it so it stays lightweight. No putty on this, just so it stays lightweight. And obviously, he'll be over here and he'll be pushed in right here. Oh, and one other thing, we got a couple branches out of our yard to give him a couple little arms.
They're right back here. We just have a willow tree. So you could use a wooden dowel, maybe paint it up, or you could just gather you some branches if you have a willow tree or whatever tree.
Or
that
you
they'll
go for
work.
a walk on the park, and there's always
Yeah.
branches laying around this time of year.
Always.
So, remember, everything's made out of water, paper, glue, and our paper mache that we showed you guys how to do, and just paper. Like his collar, we just took paper and just cut it to the size that we needed to go around our snowman.
For his scarf, yeah.
For his scarf, yours
See,
might
and
be
like you
bigger,
said,
it might
you
be
can-
smaller. So just add more
Yeah.
paper if you have to, and just tape it together to make a longer link.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a piece outside that I already painted blue, this same blue that I already measured, that I'm going to wrap around and just tape right here to cover this.
Yeah, because we don't want to have
'Cause you don't want those
seams
spots.
to show. Like, see, that would be weird.
So if you spend more time with yours, you can probably get these better and more flatter and whatever. So we're trying to get some videos out.
We've
Way
got
before
Halloween
Christmas.
behind my husband.
We're trying to get ideas out for you guys, way before Christmas, so you guys can build some of this stuff. And, so that's why we're kind of rushing and showing you how we did some stuff here to make this go faster. Like on mine, I just got a piece of string going around each piece to kind of help hold him up on the pipe. Now eventually I'm going to just poke a couple holes in the back. I'm just going to run a piece of wire through that you can lead. Then you'd be able to just twist the wire onto your pipe. But to get him together with all these other projects that we got in mind, we want to try to get built for you guys before Christmas. That's why we kind of just rushed a couple things just to give you guys the idea. Okay, so remember, that's all this is all made out of. Next, we're going to finish up the paper ornaments and get them all painted. I'm going to put the collar, the piece down here to cover that. I'm going to get my paint out, just a cheap Walmart or Family Dollar paint, and just paint a piece of scarf however we
Yeah, just some
think it'll look
acrylic
good.
paint.
And I'm going to finish the mailbox and paint the mailbox.
Drop it down maybe a little more.
Yep, drop it down just a little bit more. And then I'm going to take the garland, and we're going to run the garland around so it looks like a Christmas tree, okay? And after you run around so much, you'll run your garland and maybe tape it in a couple spots so it'll hold. Or maybe about loop around all the way around once, then put a piece of tape. Because you want that to stay so your ornaments will hang and it won't just pull the wire down. Okay? So that's where we're at. When we get the ornaments finished and the mailbox and the scarf and all that stuff and that little skirt that we bought.
Yeah,
That will
because that'll really tie it together.
Yes, and then we'll put our garland around and we'll hang our little ornaments and we'll show you from there. Okay?
Here's the tree in all of its glory. I want you guys to get a good shot of it. He's even got his little pipe. Check him out. Hands or sticks. There's this side of the mailbox. Okay. Trying to go slow enough you guys can kind of get a good view of everything. Candy canes. Some of the ornaments that are on it. All handmade. Santa Claus. Anyway, there's a kind of a view of him. I hope you guys will attempt this. Okay, my husband's going to tell you a little bit about it and we're ready.
Hello everybody. Okay, here we are. Here's the tree. Yes, it takes a little time to make. That's why we haven't been on for a little bit. It doesn't weigh anything. It's lightweight. It all comes apart. We wanted to build this so somebody could build it cheap. This costs us $25 to make. And it all comes apart in sections. You can take the lights off. You can take the 3 pieces off, the hat. Nothing's permanent. So you can take it apart. Like I said before, we're trying to build some stuff on our show that it's really affordable in case you don't have a lot of money. Yes, we'll have some more expensive projects that we'll build for fun for people too. This snowman right here, yes, this and some of our others, all of our other paper mache stuff we built will be up for sale. It will be on our Etsy store. So, if you'd like to just buy them, great, we can sell them to you. If you want to go back to the videos, if you have any questions on how to make them or you get stuck on something on the project, let us know and we'll retell you what part you're stuck on. So, until next time.